Hey and welcome to the Lean Girl YouTube channel. Today it is almost Halloween and we are going to be making a Lean Girl, a low calorie, high protein pumpkin cookie. These babies come in at under 60 calories for one cookie and boy are they darn delicious. I cannot wait, you guys know. I am so obsessed with pumpkin. This is the third time, by the way, I'm making this recipe because I had to make this perfect. Like I had to do pumpkin justice and I think we're gonna do it. I think we are gonna hit it. Anyways, who doesn't love a cookie? I'll have a cookie, it doesn't have to be Halloween. I'll have them in the little afternoon as a little treat with my tea. Maybe, you know, a couple for breakfast because they are high protein. As with all of my Lean Girl treats, they're pretty much so macro friendly, you can have them for breakfast. So, before we even get into the recipe, if you haven't yet done it, subscribe to the channel. You do not want to miss any of my Lean Girl treats, recipes, lean body hacks, and all of that good stuff. So subscribe, hit the like button on this video too. It really helps me to support my channel. And don't forget that this recipe, plus I think it's almost 200 more, can be found inside my Lean Girl Kitchen Coach, which is my ultimate recipe hub. So, if you want to take out all of the guesswork for fat loss, what you should be eating that is still freaking delicious, no willpower required, then you better check out that Kitchen Coach Hub. So let's get into the recipe. Another nice and easy one. I have already tried a couple of different variations because making a good protein cookie is not easy. Ask Gilad.
Heck, not bad.
Not easy.
It's also not easy to eat a lot of them because they taste very awful. Anyways, this one, we have managed to tweak the recipe, tweak it here, tweak it there, remove the faults, and voila, I will bring you the perfect cookie. Okay, starting off with some oat flour, flour of the oat. Basically, if you don't, did I like my jokes? If you don't have oat flour, you can just take normal oats, you can blend it up in your NutriBullet and you will have yourself some oat flour. 80 grams, by the way, of oat flour. We're starting off with all of our dry ingredients. Now, Metalab, which is my favorite protein powder of all time, has a special Halloween flavor, which is pumpkin pie latte. Now, you do not have to use protein, but it does add like that extra bit of pumpkin goodness. So if you can get your hands on this, depending on when you're watching this video, do yourself a favor. It's really, really yummy. If not, you can use a normal vanilla or caramel or any delicious tasting protein powder. So we're gonna go in with 1 scoop of this, which is around 30 grams of protein powder, because that's gonna add protein into this dish. We're not even using eggs for this recipe, by the way. So the protein powder is gonna bring us the protein punch. Okay, now we're gonna be adding lots of delicious spices and things, but before we do, we want to add quite a lot of sweetener because this is a cookie, and by the way, this recipe is going to make 10 cookies, so I'm going to use 10 sweeteners. I know it sounds like a lot, but think about it, it's only 1 per cookie, so it's not actually that bad. You can use any sweetener of your choice. If you prefer a xylitol or a stevia, I don't know how stevia is still on the market. That aftertaste of stevia just gets me every time. Okay, how many have I done? That was 4, plus another 3. That's 7. How's my maths? Another 3. Okay. Voila, voila. Come on. Okay. Sweetener. Then we are going to add some delicious little spices. So we want some nutmeg. So this is going to add a really nice warmth to the biscuit. Like think about if you have a ginger biscuit, it's got that bit of warmth in it, and that is what the nutmeg is going to bring. So I'd say about half a teaspoon. It is quite potent, so about half a teaspoon of that. And then of course some good old cinnamon. I am going to add 2 teaspoons because I love cinnamon. So like 2 heaped teaspoons of cinnamon, which works so well with pumpkin. Like even when I put my pumpkin in the air fryer and like the salty kind, like the savory dish, I actually also sprinkle some cinnamon on, and it is so good. Okay, then you want to go in with a pinch of salt, always recommended during baking. For a pinch of salt, it actually helps to bring out any of the flavors, so just a little pinch of that. And then the last but not least dry ingredient is going to be some baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, because we want these gorgeous little babes to rise. So 1.5. And then that is it for our dry ingredients. Just give it a good old mix so that all the dry ingredients are worked in well. And then we are going to head in with our wet ingredients. Okay, so of course we are using pumpkin. I have just got some pumpkin which I have steamed in the microwave. It is 150 grams of pumpkin. It's got the most glorious color. I was actually so upset when I was making all of the other dud recipes because I just wasted so much pumpkin. It was really a tragedy. Tragedy! When the feeling's gone and you can't go on. Pumpkin is so good. Babe, if I wasn't marrying you,
then I wouldn't let you marry anyone else.
I would marry pumpkin. They're kind of creepy. Okay, now I want to add a few other little things that are additional extras. If you can't get your hands on them, don't worry, but they do really make these extra special. So I know you guys always struggle to get your hands on sugar-free syrup. So there are two options. There is the Lean Gourmet pancake syrup, or there is Walden's Farm, which are back stocked online. These are my two favorites. So I want you to put in 3 tablespoons of the sugar-free syrup. If you can't get your hands on it, you can also do honey, but of course the calories are going to be increased. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm actually saving my Walden's Farm because it's always difficult to get. So I'm going to go in with 3 tablespoons of the Lean Gourmet, and this can be found at Discount, by the way, and Walden's Farm is online only. It seems like I haven't seen them in Discount for a really long time. Then we want some vanilla essence, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence, which always is beautiful in a biscuit, to have that vanilla flavor coming through. So 1 little teaspoon of that. And then before we get mixing, we've got 2 more ingredients. So you guys have seen I've used this in quite a few other recipes. So this is just apple puree. You can make your own, of course, but you can actually, this is a good hack for baking, to just get a little sachet of baby food. So I'm going to be using, I've already used almost half of this. So it's only 60 grams that we're using of this apple puree, which is like applesauce in America that they use. And this actually helps to keep the cookie really nice and moist. So I'm actually just going to finish the rest of this into here because I already used the other half when I was testing. So 60 grams of apple puree. I think Willie's is also now doing like an applesauce, but just beware, I think that there is added sugar, so the calories are a bit higher. And then last but not least, which is going to help just to get some fats into the biscuit, which is going to help with the texture as well, we are going to use 30 grams of peanut butter. This is just normal crunchy peanut butter. This one is from Lifestyle Foods. It doesn't have added sugar and salt, but it's actually really delicious anyway. I normally go for Yum Yum, which is like all the sugar and all the salt, because the calories are basically the same. But I really actually like the flavor of this one. So little hack, you can actually put your peanut butter on the scale and you can take out 30 grams. There we go. Can't not lick my finger with peanut butter on it. Okay, now we are going to get to work and we are going to get mixing. Okay, there we have it. Our batter is ready. Let me just move everything to the side. And now you want to grab yourself a nice baking tray. I have got my oven already on 200 degrees preheating, and these bake really nice and quickly. They're only going to be in there for around 10 to 12 minutes. You're going to keep an eye on them. So let me just grab my spray and cook. Okay, so you want to grab your baking tray and you want to give it a good spray of spray and cook. Non-stick spray. You could also do foil if you wanted to not do so much dishes. And then we want to get 10 cookies out of this mixture. So start them off with being a little bit smaller and then you can always add them up. So let's go. always do that. I always put the one too fast, like too close to the edge. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to just spray the back of a spoon with some spray and cook. And this is going to help you to sort of flatten out your cookies a little bit and just make them more of a cookie shape. Okay, and then before we pop them into the oven, you can give them a tiny sprinkle of cinnamon on each one, which looks beautiful, and I'll never say no to more cinnamon. And then we are going to pop them into the oven for 10 minutes around. I'll let you know how long exactly, because I kind of just check the texture, and then I'll let you know exactly how long they were in, and then we are going to have some gorgeous protein cookies. They're more crunchy.
They look more crunchy, and yet they still seem like they're soft inside because they got bounce.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. You want them to be soft in the middle, crunchy on the outside.
Let's dig in.
Okay guys, so our pumpkin cookies are out of the oven and we are going to give them a taste test. Gilan has tried the other two, so he knows what we're working with here. So I'm pretty sure that these are going to be winners. I used the last recipe, which was still delicious, but I just made one more little tweak. And so I'll show you guys what they look like. So they're actually a pretty decent size, and it's around 60 calories for this cookie. Really nice and high protein, and it's actually really nice and crispy on top. And then quite nice and soft in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a go.
All right.
Cheers the taste test.
Cheers.
Cheers. So the flavor is so good. It's like a little bit of a spicy pumpkin, and you can taste the peanut butter as well. It's just like a small hint, but it's not overpowering.
Did you put nutmeg in this one? You did.
Can you taste it? Guys, I'm so chuffed. Here are your Halloween pumpkin pie. Are they pumpkin pie? They're just pumpkin. Pumpkin protein lingual cookies for 60 calories a pop. I can't wait for you to try them. I swear this recipe is so on point. Gilan can't stop eating them now. And that's a good sign, because all the others were like...
Not good.
Pushed on the side. And there you go, my girls. Don't forget that this recipe, plus all my others, can be found inside my lingual kitchen coach. If you haven't yet signed up, go and get it there. Otherwise, don't forget to tag me on Instagram. I'd love to see your Halloween creations. Enjoy, girls.
Bye.
I'll stop eating A protein pumpkin cookie. Is that what we said it is, babe?
I don't know what it is.
Peanut butter coming soon. I think they're delicious.
I feel like I can't speak because it like sticks to my tongue, to my palate for some reason. That's why I'm laughing.